All right. Hello, hello. We are live across platforms. Queen Kiki, hashtag Queen Kiki, Kiana Prema here in the house with you all. Coming back at you. We are starting off 2022 with a fresh new tea time. Tea times with hashtag Queen Kiki in the house for the rest of the year, because if you missed it, I have in fact dubbed this Year of the Queens. And so we are doing queen things all year. And currently I am queen singing in Amarillo, Texas, in this cute little Palace coffee shop. They have Be Kind neon on the sign, which makes me very happy. And I bought this really fancy, you guys can see this really fancy cup that has a phoenix on it. And this is like, it has like a strainer. I can strain my tea in it. So we are jazzed up and ready to go. And I brought on a very special guest to join me for this first tea time of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, give me a round of applause in the comments. Put some hearts all over the place for Queen C, Miss Chloe Datura, as she's known on social media. Queen C, welcome. How are you, my dear? Where are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Kiana, for having me on here. I'm actually in Laguna Niguel, California, so Orange County, Southern California. Yep. Excited to be here.
Awesome. Yes, I'm super excited to be here as well. So first of all, before we dive into our conversation today, I want to thank everybody for tuning in live. If you are with us and you see that red live button, then do me a favor and drop a live in the comments and let us know where you're coming in from. And if you are watching us from the future, if you are catching this on a replay, then right, I missed you. I missed you in the comments, and let us know where you're coming in from. We got to keep taking the pulse of how far these transmissions make it into the metaverse, and your guys' help and participation in the comments supports that and moving out further. So thank you for doing that. And we are going to have a pretty cool conversation today, because Chloe and I have been kind of masterminding on some really amazing things the last few days or through the weekend around women's worldwide empowerment, and how we really continue to cultivate a movement around women's worldwide empowerment. And as we did that, we actually decided that we're going to start hosting a Thursday circle. So this tea time is like we're spilling the tea about our circle coming up. This is brand new information you're going to want to pay attention to, right? So we're going to start holding on Thursday afternoons. We'll do it actually in a Zoom room, but an opportunity for us women to come together and to work on some of these like empowerment projects, both ourselves and our businesses as Goddesspreneurs, but also as servant leaders in the world, and how we can continue to show up and share and contribute to the planet on a bigger level, right? So we're very excited about that. So mark your calendars. And if you want to be part of this, we would love to invite you to participate. Do me a favor and drop a circle in the comments. You can give us the little circle emoji or just write out circle, and we will follow up and make sure that you are getting invited to that, so you can come hang out with us on Thursday. But what I loved was that Chloe and I, after we kind of started this conversation, had this idea. She texted me and she was like, hey, I've been thinking about like how we look at like where our cycles are as women, with like what our business like looks like, and what our schedules look like, that kind of a thing. I was like, yes, yes, that's so awesome. Like, let's totally talk about that. And then wonderfully synchronistically, this morning I get in my car. I'm like up before the sun to get on the road as I'm traveling to Texas. I'm in Texas now, right? I'm on my way to Frisco, and then we have a meeting next week in Dallas. And I've opened up the Jim Quick podcast that I had been listening to yesterday, and I scrolled just to the next podcast in the list, right? Like wherever I had started. And it was an amazing conversation with, do you have her name written down? Because I was driving, so I didn't take notes. But Chloe, do you have the name of the woman who this conversation was? The whole conversation was about women's cycles and our hormones, and how we can utilize these 4 weekly cycles to better navigate our business. Like, what in the world? Such incredible synchronicity.
I have her name right here. Hold on. I just bought her book, so I just have it in my
Oh, right. I
Amazon.
have that pulled up. I can pull that up right
Elisa?
now. Elisa Vitti. Elisa Vitti.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elisa Vitti. So, first of all, she like you guys just heard Queen C say she just bought her book. I'm about to buy the book. Like, I just landed, and I'm gonna encourage you guys to buy the book too. Like, I think impromptu like book club is starting around this, but basically from what I heard on the podcast, I want to like study everything this woman has already put together, already charted for us, already organized for us. Some of it that we innately know, some of it that we've discovered on our journey, but really put this into place with building our businesses. So I wanted to ask you, Chloe, like, what was your biggest takeaway? So I know there's actually 2 episodes and you got to listen to both. I haven't listened to the second one, which was really the first one yet. But after listening to both conversations that Jim Quick had with this incredible woman, what would you say is like the biggest thing that you feel you walked away with as far as an empowerment towards how you as a woman can rock your business in 2022?
So I would say my biggest takeaway is the fact that, so with our circadian rhythm, right? Everybody knows what that is. So that's wake up with the sun, go to bed at night, and male hormones are very in alignment with the circadian rhythm. They have a surge of testosterone and cortisol at the beginning of the day, so then they can wake up and get stuff done. Women, our cycles or our rhythms are more off what she calls the, I wrote it down, infradian rhythm. So that lasts over a 28-day cycle. So our hormones fluctuate at different levels throughout that 28-day period. And each week we experience different surges and different ratios of our hormones. So our productivity and our ability to do certain things shifts. And it's not that we can't do these things. It's just we have periods where it's easier for us. So it helps us like deal with overwhelm, because a lot of times women in business or in life, we experience more overwhelm because we're like trying to run off a man's world. You know, it's like it was built around a certain type. So it makes it a little harder for us. So now that we are aware and we can bring awareness to this and track our cycles and really be able to work with our rhythm, with our cycle, it's going to help us on so many levels through business and just in life in general.
Yes, I love that. And I think we get that, right? At least it's like the women watching. And men, if you're watching this, like, you're totally welcome to be part of this conversation, because take note and support your woman. Or like, if you're still looking for your woman, this having this kind of information and being able to be aware of it and actually like converse around it and like build life and life goals and lifestyles that support this rhythm that we also have in addition to your daily circadian rhythms. Like, that's the gold right there, man. That's the gold. And ladies, like, it's really important that we know this and we utilize this, because otherwise we are running ourselves ragged a lot of times and feeling crazy and feeling overwhelmed and feeling just a lot of stress that's not necessary. And, you know, hashtag I've used for so long in my business is hashtag less stress, more flow. Right? Like, how can we get ourselves out of stress, right? And if we can't completely eliminate it, which eventually we can, but just wherever you are in your journey, right? If you can't completely eliminate it, like, how can you at least reduce it in this moment? And how can you shift more towards flow? And so the point that she's making and what her book is that when we actually create schedules and organize the type of activities that we do in our life and our business with the 4 cycles of our hormones as we shift through this 28-day cycle, whatever the fancy name is that she has for, like, I just call it the lunar cycle as we move through our lunar cycle, right? That like we can better optimize our time and energy so that we have more of that experience of like the magical moments and the like instant manifestation and like the synchronicity, right? We're actually working with the rhythms and the cycles that we have, so we are in the flow. So this is super exciting. And what I wanted to let everybody know is that we're going to dive deeper on this on Thursday. So at our Thursday circle, we're going to actually like take some time to pull out our calendars and pull out our pens and papers and start to mark where we are in our own cycles, and then walk through those 4 different rhythms and what some of the best activities are for you to be doing during that time. And before we go, like maybe let's just drop a little bit of knowledge for those that are here for some value. We love you. We want to, of course, provide tons of value. Chloe, can you kind of lay out like what those 4 cycles are so women can start to think about it? And then again, Thursday in our women's circle, we'll go into more of a workshop experience around this. And if you'd like the invitation to participate, just drop a circle, either the emoji or the word, in the comments, and we'll get back to you with that invite, or feel free to DM whichever one of us has shared this with you, or if somebody else has shared this with you, like check in with them and they'll make sure that you have the right link to this. But walk us through kind of what those 4 main cycles are that we experience in our 28 days as women.
Okay, so the first phase, that lasts about 7 to 10 days, and then there's ovulation. Ovulation is about 3 to 4 days. Then the luteal phase is about 10 to 14 days, and then we have the menstruation period. So that's about 2 to 7 days. Sorry. Yeah.
Awesome. And let's kind of just give some of the brief, like when you're in the particular phase, like what's happening what is our energy like in those different stages?
So in the follicular and ovulation phase, that's when your testosterone and estrogen are rising, and it peaks in the ovulation phase. So in the ovulation phase, our brains, the communication and socialization centers in your brain, they're activating. So you're more likely to be outgoing, wanting to spend time around people, and you're better at communicating. And then during the menstruation phase.
So that's great time. That's great time. What I'm just hearing is like in those kind of first phases, right? That's great time to be building towards collaborations and events and speaking, like the places when you're going to be out and like putting on the show, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of planning and prepping for those, and like really focusing on like the peak time of that type of work in your business being synced up with that time of ovulation in your cycle as a woman.
Yes, definitely. And then
cool. And
the menstruation phase, our brains, the left and right hemispheres, actually communicate best during that phase. So at that time, it's really good for like problem solving and doing the deep inner work, and kind of also just taking a break maybe from like the social aspect. You can still get out there, but you're going to have less drive and less, just desire to be around and communicating. So
yeah, totally. One of the things I heard her say too, which makes a lot of sense to me, is that it's also like a really good analyze time. So you're kind of stepped back from the engagement and things, but you're looking at what's working or not working. Like you're saying, that problem solving, right? Where you're engaging both sides of the mind and really being able to analyze and identify areas where maybe we want to put more attention, and areas where we need to maybe, put less attention as we continue to move forward and hitting our goals through the next 28-day cycle, right? So, okay, I'm super excited about this. I don't know if anybody else is, and you know what? The truth is, I know you're excited about it, so that's what's great. Like, if nobody else is actually excited about it, then I guess I don't even care, because we're gonna dive into this, and it's gonna be so much fun. And then when everyone's like, "Damn, Queen Kiki, Queen Steve's blowing that shit up. What are they doing?" We're gonna be like, "Yo, we're just in alignment with our hormonal cycles, y'all. Like, what you doing? You missed the circle. Let's go."
We're in the flow. We're in the flow with the flow.
That's right. Get in the Queen Club. You're the queen. Get in the Queen Club. Get in the flow. Like we're on it. All right. So let's start to wrap this up. I want to just remind everybody, we want you there with us. We want you in that circle. We want to support you in taking this information and this knowledge and applying it to your actual schedule, your actual cycle, and building in a business that's in alignment with your natural flow, with the natural flow of life, right? Yeah. Of the moon and the earth. Doesn't that make sense? Goddesspreneurs, I know it does. I know it does. We wonder if we can have both, right? We wonder, can we be of the earth and be this like goddess priestess lineage and honor what we know, and can we be these highly successful business women? And I know what my answer is. I'm curious what your answer is, Queen C.
Yes, we can both. We can be
yes. all. we can be all of it, but we do have to honor and recognize the places where we are women and we don't work the way men work. And when we do that, like boom, right?
Yes.
Boom. It's just, it really is can be easier and faster. I know it seems like a total contradiction, but there's a place where you have to work smarter, not harder. And this is one of those major pieces that have been missing from traditional business school, and I would say even online coaching and online business and online education. So as we continue to share forward and move forward, and as I continue to do my offerings as Goddesspreneur coaching and my Goddesspreneur business school, know that this is part of it. This is foundational work. So we're offering this for you. This is totally free for our women, women's worldwide empowerment. Please invite your sisters to come and join us as well. We all deserve to be operating our lives in business with this key knowledge, key wisdom activated and embodied in our lives and reality. So drop that circle in the comments or shoot us a DM, or whoever may have shared this or invited you to take a look at this. Reach out to them, ask them for the invite. We'll get you that. And we love you. And with that, I'm going to just let you say anything else you want to say, and we'll wrap it up today.
Yeah, I'm just so excited for everyone to join us. Honestly, this is going to be a huge game changer for all of us ladies out there. Just knowing how to work with our bodies and instead of against them. Another thing she mentioned on that podcast was that all the biohacking was designed for men, like men with their 3 to 4 p.m. slump. And it's not about biohacking the woman's body. So this is going to be huge. Yeah, super excited.
Yes. All right. So just that final wrap up. Again, thanks for being here. Please do say hello in the comments. Let us know where you came in from. We can see that reach. If you found value in this, if you found value in understanding more about women's hormonal cycles and how we can align our business activities to be better productive, more productive by being in alignment versus against them, then do me a favor. Please share this out. Please tag some friends. And again, join us Thursday afternoon as we dive into workshopping this in our Women's Worldwide Empowerment Circle. Just drop circle in the comments or shoot us a DM. We love you. Have a fabulous, fabulous afternoon. I will be back here live with you Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And have a fabulous afternoon, you guys. Ciao, ciao.